Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to an updated Iceman Buff video. What are you talking about, Rich? Well, I don't know if anybody remembers, I did a video, which was this Iceman testing video. The video several, weeks ago, which was that one there. One month ago, sorry, it's 1 month ago. I can't remember exactly when it was. I should really check like some more details with it. But in any case, it was a month ago. What has developed? Why are we talking about this? Why is it important? It's incredibly important. In that particular video, I went in on that particular buff as being that very much dependent on Double Edge and Liquid Courage, but mainly you may feel a bit disappointed with the buff. It's good, but it wasn't brilliant. However, though, something has changed. What exactly has changed? Well, in this particular line right here, and I had to check this and kind of catch up on stuff, and this is probably going to be in the spotlight. Now, and you can go and check it out on the forums. The changes is that a slight tuning change and added that frostbite percentage chance to his signature. Is this an important factor, an important thing? Yes. Now, one thing I didn't do in that video, as we've got the beta information here, is I didn't check the signature ability as to any kind of like changes. So I can't really kind of compare against how it was based on the first tuning up. Obviously, it's changed from the way the champion is, but the first tune-up versus the second tune-up or the further tune-up that the champion got. And this is important. It's mainly important because of the kind of criticism I gave in the video was that the damage or quick access to damage quick access to damage, which comes from frostbite, cold snap, crit, and stuff like that, which we're going to explain a bit more in this video as it kind of goes on in showcase. It's better now than it was a month ago. So how is it better? Okay, so we're going to have to present a little bit of kind of information and evidence to this fact. So maybe go and see that old video and come back. But basically, I'll explain it in a nutshell right here. So you can see on screen, the access to those frostbites are coming in quicker. They're coming in quicker because I had cold snap in at the time. And also the way that this kind of signature ability extra buff that the champion's got is going to be very important for these particular facts. So in the description, I've put 2 bits of information. In the old video I presented, which was in a nutshell an SP1 rotation, you were getting for a no synergy. So on screen right now is no synergy. Under the old build of the buff, the champion in 81 hits was able to down Winter Soldier. On screen right now, we're up to 49. We're going to get up to, and spoiler alert, 71 hits. So that is at least a 10 hit champ takedown. Or basically, we could say in a nutshell, that's 500k, whatever it is, to take down Winter Soldier versus like, you know, how it was last time. Now, there could be a factor of RNG, but do bear in mind this is no synergy. We're going to see some methods in a minute about with a synergy, which I think is going to be incredibly important for this particular information. But yeah, I found this kind of like just a really cool extra addition that felt that we were getting to damage the enemy quicker and more efficiently. Now what I wanted to do is kind of like revisit what I did in the last video. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. In particular the 6-star, because let's face it, if I get a rank 4 6-star 200 signature version, I've invested my time and effort in. And yes, you could do a rank 5 version, but that's not something we're able to test. But if it's a rank 4 200 signature, you want to know if you're investing that there's a low amount of hits that you do to take down enemies. If I see anything over about, I don't know, 60 hits, the champion better have a good bit of utility, because let's face it, these 6 stars at rank 4, they need to pack a punch. And as we go up further, rank 5 and, you know, rank 2 7-stars, we want to see them packing a punch. So what will be the best synergy to kind of pair up with this one? It's a bit of a tricky one because I'm sure each to their own with what they choose, but this particular synergy on screen right now is the one I went with. Why? Okay, so I have to go with the reasons as to why. First synergy is it's got Magneto in. It's just crit rate 1 to kind of improve the rate of you do a crit, then you're able to do a frostbite. Kind of like works in kind of like a good way. Critical rating as well with Wolverine. But the main thing when it comes to these particular champions, I could use any other ones, but I think crit rating improvement just gets to that quick kind of frostbite on the enemy, and then we're able to rotate with the detonation side of things. So the main synergy is the Scorpion one, because for each active frostbite passive on the opponent, Iceman gains crit rating. The more crit rating, the more frostbites. Kind of works like that. Then we've got Arcus. Arcus has got this synergy here, which is that increase the duration of frostbite passives by 4 seconds flat. So we're just like helping out with kind of like the range of time that's on, and allows us to rotate around certain special attacks. I just like using it. Some people may differ with that one. Again, it's kind of like, it's up to you of how you kind of like deliver the damage. So let's get into some action of an SP1 rotation, SP1 and heavy attack, and then the piece de resistance, which is the SP2 rotation, which I think is the best. So we're going to go from SP1 rotation into SP2 rotation. So let's play it. This right here takes in 36 hits into this particular fight, and yeah, the SP1 rotation, which you can see with this team right here, we're getting crit ratings, so therefore we're doing frostbites more regularly, which you can see they're ramping up quite nicely. And if we are able to get a heavy attack off, you're going to see a big amount of burst damage on this one. And do bear in mind, previously with no synergy, it was 71 hits. So what we're going to see now, 13 frostbites detonated right there. And then it's a case we're going to get into at least the 60 mark, which isn't too bad. So like 66. So that, again, isn't too bad. I love this rotation. Now, debatable whether or not you want to do an SP3 rotation, especially if you're running Double Edge and what's the other one? Liquid Courage. But I like this. I like that synergy that I mentioned earlier, and of course the reasons for it. And it's just a case of like being quite aggressive, getting an SP2 off, boom, and then what's that? 51k plus that. So that's nearly 200,000 damage off an SP2. That is pretty nice if you can do it. Will this slay everything? I don't know. I'm interested to try this out in a few areas, but if you're doing nearly 200,000, I think it was much more than that. I would say it was over 200,000 damage. I'll probably put on the maybe on the thumbnail, I don't know. 2 SP2s and done, right? Look, that is pretty amazing for 46 hits. Love that. This is a rank 4 6-star 200 signature version. And that little bit of extra tuning that Kabam did meant that this champion felt, looked, and acted more potent. So whatever Kabam did between the point of, I think it was like, was it last month sometime? Maybe like the 20-something of March or whatever, when we were able to kind of like check champion on the beta. I think it was like last week, the 26th of April, they added in this extra little bit of improvement. And my word, what an improvement it has been. You know, shaving off that little bit of damage, shaving off that little bit of kind of ramp up based on critical rating, and adding that extra critical rating to get the frostbite passives, just gives that extra bit of easy access to the punch and the crunch of the damage numbers that, I don't know, I found like more impressive. And if I was a bit kind of unsure about the champion, and yes, it will be very synergy dependent, and yes, it will be double immunity and suicide mastery dependent, I'm still I think this is like tip me over the edge. If I go to change my masteries to suicide masteries, I will definitely look to get this champion ramped up, ranked up, and 200 signatured as soon as possible, because I had a lot of fun, and it just SP2 rotation with that synergy can be great. Granted, you may be like, well, I'll just take Scorpion with me into it rather than Arcus, but still, like those two champions in any given team, you're going to do some wicked amount of damage. But in any case, that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe with post notifications on all. And thanks for watching. I shall see you all soon. What are your thoughts? Put it in the comment section. Will you now, after seeing what's possible, go and get him? Or at least rank him up? Thoughts in the comment section. I thank you very much again. Much love and goodbye.